decided on the captain for this year with Bernardo and the committee. Was that because of what happened with Kyle last season?
Absolutely not.
No.
I never put responsibility what happened one situation for one person. So that's why I would choose just one, or the team choose one. There is a lot of in that positions. So what happened last season, many things happened, not just was one person. Never happened for a person, absolutely. So it was many injuries. There are reasons why. When captain left, it was very many reasons why, and there are another captains. You know, it's not. But it's a good lesson. So life is like that. It happened many times, many things during one season. It just learn for that. And today, this season I decide that, and maybe next season I will decide completely the opposite.
Did it come as a surprise though, Pep, when you heard that he wanted to leave in the middle of January when you were having such a bad sort of time?
I don't want any player. I would have loved the best Kyle, but he was not unhappy for reasons, or wanna take a situation for familiar reasons from his life. Always, you know, all of you and the players know my opinion. So sometimes I take the decision, but when the player isn't happy and satisfied and cannot, you know, be there, as much as I have an agreement with the club, for me it's fine.
Hi Pep, we saw 8 academy players on the pitch at some point at Huddersfield. Is the quality that's coming through the academy now at a level where you're going to see 5, 6, 7, 8 players coming through and playing like that?
Listen, in Barcelona we played the first Champions League final against Man United with 7 players academy. That is a stamp for the job for the academy. To play one game in the Carabao Cup is a good sign, but for me, the Players Academy is James Trafford, who has come back after being built here and, of course, in other clubs in Burnley, and Phil and Rico and Nico. That is the other ones. Is okay. Divine have a huge potential, but we will see in the future when play seasons, a long season. That is a player for academy. But imagine the amount of players like, unfortunately, left for the reason why they were top class players above and could not have the space. Will be, my God, will be a start 11 right now in the, you know, in the first team. Because if you start to count the incredible players all in other clubs that was being educated and being played here in Man City in academy, but it's a good sign that still we have lone players like they are playing a lot, or Magdalene in Watford that I know is playing really good, and many of them, and some players here that have a potential, you know, to help us to be and see what happens. And that's why we have the academy.
I mean, you mentioned Barcelona there. Is the long-term aim for the club to have that kind of productivity, players that can play in, like you say,
at the end, we have we have a top class players that are not here, and everybody knows it is because it was position. It was a top figure players to win the trebles and quadruples. And sometimes the question is, I should left. It would not happen that. It was in that moment, in that level, would not in that moment this maybe capability to make a step up. These players will be here. Will be here for sure. For sure.
Hi Pep, how difficult has it been to replace Kyle over the last year since he left?
No, it's difficult, of course. A player has played 8-9 years in one team like Man City, like play 55, 60 games per season. And win the titles is not just Kyle. So many of them is so difficult to replace. But that is what they have to do, the club has to do. So we get old, right? Not just the managers, the play as well. So, and that's why it happened. But of course, there are figures that are difficult to replace.
Were there any talks to go to the market to solve that in the summer? Or is it a case of the players here?
I don't know right now. I'm happy with Kusa, who's playing lately, with Mateus. Rico can play there, of course, and even John can play there. So in that terms, it's fine. Well, I don't know yet.
Just another one on Kyle, sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously, you say he's hard to replace. Does that put extra pressure on Mateus and Rico?
No.
And and Kusanov? Because, and you reference, Kusanov is similar in pace. Has it put extra pressure on them, or do you think they just need to learn from Kyle and what he can do?
No, absolutely not. Kyle has his abilities, his skills as a player, and these ones have another one. So it's happened. I said many times I would love to have Bini here, or maybe, the old players that we have that help us a lot. I would love it, but it's happened. When the moment decide, I want to leave because I don't want to, be here anymore. So what can we do? Have another players, and they have to do their own career. Imagine the young players for the academy have to play to prove what they have done my predecessor. So do your job, your skills, your mentality, what you have to do your career. Try to make a long career. Cal has done is only he has to do. Is live your life like a professional, live, because today is so demanding every 3 days. In the big clubs, it's different. When you play a competition 1 game a week, when you play 3 a week, it's completely different, the teams, the clubs. And this is what they have to do. And I'm pretty sure. So at the end, Mateos or Kusa or John, but John is another name, or Rico, they have to make their own careers here or whatever the future will decide they have to be. It was a pleasure again, guys. Thank you.